During the time of Gautam Buddha, there was a king who was a follower of Buddha's teachings and always wished for the well-being and prosperity of his people. However, despite his wealth and royal comforts, the king often found himself feeling stressed and discontented. He couldn't understand why, despite having all the luxuries and riches, he was deprived of true peace and happiness. One day, the king decided to visit Buddha and shared his troubles with him. The king said, "O enlightened one, I have every kind of comfort and wealth, yet my heart is not filled with true happiness. Please tell me the secret to always being happy, no matter the circumstances." Buddha looked at the king attentively and smiled, saying, "O king, I can surely help you find the solution to your problem, but it will require some patience from your side." The king replied, "O enlightened one, I am willing to be patient. Whatever you ask of me, I shall do." Buddha said, "Tomorrow morning, we shall embark on a journey. I will give you a gift that will bring you true happiness." The king was intrigued and, the next day, set out on a journey with Buddha. They arrived at a peaceful village where simple and poor people lived. Buddha turned to the king and said, "We will visit different houses in this village, and I will teach you something special." The first house was very humble, where a poor farmer lived with his family. Buddha asked the farmer, "Are you happy?" The farmer smiled and replied, "O Lord, we don't have much wealth, but we are content with what we have. We work hard, take care of each other, and are grateful for each day. This is the secret of our happiness." The king heard this and was deep in thought. He observed that this poor farmer had neither wealth nor luxury, yet he was so content and happy. Next, Buddha and the king visited another house where an old widow lived. She was alone, but there was peace and satisfaction in her eyes. Buddha asked her, "Are you satisfied with life?" She said, "O Lord, I have lost much in life, but I have learned that this world is temporary. I have accepted every experience of life and made it my destiny. This is the source of my happiness." The king listened carefully, thinking more deeply. He now understood that happiness does not depend on wealth or circumstances but on how we perceive and accept things. Finally, Buddha and the king met an ascetic who lived in the forest outside the village. Buddha asked him the same question, "What is the source of your happiness?" The ascetic replied, "O Lord, I have renounced all attachment in my life. When something comes to me, I welcome it, and when it goes away, I let it go. I strive to keep my mind calm and balanced in every situation. This is the foundation of my happiness." The king now fully understood. Buddha looked at the king and asked, "O king, have you now learned the secret to happiness?" The king bowed his head and said, "O enlightened one, I now understand that true happiness comes not from external things but from our inner attitude. The day we accept that life's events are beyond our control, but our response to them is within our control, we begin to experience true happiness." Buddha smiled and said, "Exactly. If you can maintain balance, patience, and acceptance in every situation of life, you will always be happy." This story teaches us that true happiness does not come from external wealth, possessions, or luxuries. It depends on the peace, contentment, and perspective of our mind. When we accept every situation in life with an open heart and make it part of our experience, only then can we attain true and lasting happiness.